real victims never face justice. Now, notwithstanding that a lot of people will be highly offended by the language you've used there about women in a generalized manner, why did you delete it?
Yeah, so there are so many members of the public, unfortunately, which try and abuse judicial bodies. And we do have a problem, and I think you're probably prepared to admit this. We have a problem in the West now where girls who may not get a handbag they want will make false claims to the police and people's lives are ruined. And this is truly disgusting, not only because men's lives are ruined, but because when we have a scandal like this, where there's real victims and real justice must be done, we have too many people involved or too many people who have previously cried wolf, which makes it very difficult for the investigative bodies to get to the truth of anything. So it's truly heinous that women lie and pretend to be raped when they're not, and make real victims, put real victims in a position where they cannot trust the police to get them justice like they deserve.
So why delete it?
It was just deleted by my PR team as I slept.
Oh, man. My tech teams in Israel deleted the tweet while I was sleeping. I was fast asleep. Coffee, cigarette. I don't even sleep. I go to bed at 8:01 and I wake up at 8. I never... And then the tech teams, well, who logged into your account? Your lawyer? Who logged in? Which one? The Israeli girlfriend? It wasn't me. Take accountability, Andrew. Men need to be accountable. But someone is manipulating my Twitter.
As you know, I'm facing a criminal case in the UK for a lot of the things I've tweeted because they think that my speech is somehow, Jess Phillips and Keir Starmer believe my speech is the most dangerous thing that exists on the internet and that the UK society cannot function while I highlight distrust in these institutions. At the same time, of course, they're promoting Peter.
Yeah, so how do you escape the matrix while having a PR team that can delete your tweets whenever they want? Like, that's, how are you outside? How are you a free man? How are you? I'm Morpheus. Like, if tech teams in Israel have, allegedly in my opinion, just could log in while you're asleep. I don't like this, I don't like that. What probably really happened? His lawyer saw him say, I miss human trafficking. While he's going on this whole tour, they locked me up, they locked me up. How do you think that the lawyer is looking at your Twitter saying, Epstein's a winner. He beat you. I miss human trafficking. The dopamine was great. That doesn't really make you look innocent. That's not helping. Yo, I really feel bad for that lawyer. Who's his name? Josh McBride. He works in New York City right here. Who's trying to blame me, calling me a low IQ anti-Semite for a song.
To some of the highest levels of government, so they're corrupt.
Yeah, but you see, what I would say is, I can totally understand why your PR team would do that, because you don't say a small number of women or qualify in any way. You just say women have become such lying whores, and I find that deeply offensive. I'm not even.
The victims on Epstein Island were whores. They lie. They're lying whores.
A woman. Why generalize about all women in that way? Why say women have sex then cry rape so often? The real victims. Why not phrase it in a way that might engender some empathy for your situation, rather than actually make every woman who hears that think that you hate women, you're a misogynist, you think they're all liars, they all cry rape? Why talk in that generalized inflammatory language?
Well, it may shock you to believe that women absolutely love me, and my largest fans are women, and I'm approached every day by women. I don't say things to try and elicit sympathy for myself, Piers. I made a brand on saying what I believe to be true, even if it's shocking.
Oh, wait, what about da-na-na? Even when it's shocking? But then, wait, when it's a song, Sneako did it. I'm sorry for offending. I'm sorry. I built a brand on being shocking. I think it's time we bring the Nazi salute back. When the song drops, blasting out the Bugatti, so the entire Palm in Dubai can hear it. And then when shit hits the fan, Sneako did it.
Even if some people find it confrontational. My point is that we have a massive scandal now where genuine victims exist, where we have compromise on the highest levels of government, and we have women who are wasting police time with false accusations, and many men's lives have been ruined by exactly that. And it's disgusting because rape, I have many daughters, is probably the most heinous of all crimes that exists on the planet. And
so then don't say that women are lying whores when so many of the Epstein victims ended up dead, ended up suiciding themselves, jumping out of buildings, ended up missing. Are you kidding me? And shout out to the YouTube chat. Type of 1 in the chat if you came from YouTube. It looks like almost everyone came over for the first time. Let's go.
I like to believe that a woman cries rape.
Okay, but you also know that only in the UK, about 1% of all rape cases are successful. 99% do not lead to conviction. You must accept that also is outrageous and shocking and has to change.
Well, that's outrageous if the 99% are genuine rape claims. Of course, we can't try and get the number up without evidence. My point is, of that 99%, how many are fake? We don't know. We live in a world now where, very unfortunately, women can get huge financial gain, and they can also get huge social media gain by falsely accusing men who never did anything. And that makes it extremely difficult for the judicial.
And also wind up missing, like so many, for going public. Why do you think so many of these victims, why it took so long, is because so many ended up missing. They allegedly put threats on their life because they fear for their safety, because their entire reputation could be ruined, because they've been blackmailed too.
Authorities and the police to find true victims. If we didn't have all these fake rape claims being given to the British police all day, perhaps they'd have more interest, I doubt it, but they'd certainly have more time in investigating a serious pile of evidence of over 6 million files of people.
Isn't 3 million files? Wait, one more time. There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way.
They have more time in investigating a serious pile of evidence of over 6 million files.
Oh my God. It's just, come on. Have a little bit of social awareness, huh?
Files of people who are spending a lot of time with a convicted pedophile. These things are not mutually exclusive. Of course, we need to try and prevent any kind of fake accusation of crime happening, of course. And of course, crying wolf makes it more difficult to discern what is true and what is not true. But it is very clear that huge piles of evidence exist here inside of the Epstein files, which have been ignored. And it's not only because of fake rape claims.
Stand on it, bro. Stand on it. Stand on it. Stand on business. Stand on business. Bro, if you don't want me to stole that shit, then stand on it. Say what you said on X. I miss human trafficking. You're broke. You're broke. Epstein's rich and is immortalized by memes. He beat you.
Because of systemic corruption inside of our democratic systems. And the democratic system has all of the resource it needs to come after the people like myself who highlight these corruptions, as opposed to trying to fix the problem.
Yeah, but on the one hand, your position is that the Epstein files, they should be all released. These awful men should be held to account. Blah 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 blah.
I think that all men should be investigated, sir.
Okay, but on the other hand,
all men should be investigated. No, if you're not a criminal, you shouldn't be investigated. What are you talking? Wait, what?
No, I think that all men should be investigated, sir.
What?
Okay, but on the other hand,
no. Why should all men be investigated? What are you talking about? Are you trolling? Do you know how much money that would cost? Do you know how much time that would take? Are you a fan of mass surveillance? All the men?
Then say, but the problem with the Epstein files is women have become such lying whores, it's impossible to take any of these unsubstantiated claims seriously. How do you square those two positions?
Any deleted these tweets, but you know, it wasn't him.
It makes it very difficult for a judicial authority when they get a claim of rape, knowing that 99% never lead to conviction, to take them as seriously as they should. So this is a two-pronged attack. Of course, the police need to heavily investigate every single accusation of rape, as they did on my brother and I. Of course, they took that extremely seriously and failed to reach conviction.
You're inferring that the 2,000 women. You're inferring that the 2,000 women who've made allegations about Epstein and other men involved with Epstein, that none of their claims can be taken seriously.
That's not actually what I'm inferring. What I'm inferring is that when you understand information warfare and you understand how important it is for them to try and shape a narrative to save themselves, if one of those women have lied, they're going to take her story, prove it's a lie, amplify it, and try and discredit all of the women who have actually told the truth. That's why it's so important that women do not lie to judicial authorities about things like rape, because it's extremely important.
But why don't you talk more?
I have Jewish business partners. I have tech teams in Israel. I have things going on.